Here, while
Sometimes I ask myself, what is African football really turning into? How can this be happening? What is CAF saying about this? This for me is absolutely a payback. It is indeed a revenge, in my humble opinion, I must say. It wasn't Nigerians' fault. It wasn't our fault that the Libyans had to fly to Port Harcourt only to call 3 hours before arrival instead of flying straight to Uyo. And we can see that now. Look at what they are doing to us. I sound Nigeria because I'm Nigeria. Now, our players were stranded last night. They were so frustrated. Well, we'll bring you the full story just as the show continues and also bring you that tragic story, about gunmen killing sports crew in Anambra State who went to cover the Nigeria versus Libya match. But if you did miss that match where Libyans defended with all their lives, their body, soul, spirit, and mind, we'll bring you some of those clips. But this one you have on your screen is what happened as at yesterday, according to report. It was so bad. You could see how our players were so frustrated. They were stranded. We have a very big game to play tomorrow, 8 p.m. Nigerian time. How do we go from here? I understand that the Libya captain came out to say to the public and said, we were not treated right. He said it. And then it was translated to Arabic. And then the story became very, 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 very so big in the Libya side. You can imagine that. And now we are hearing that we have to go by by road, and that's like 2 hours before you get to the Benina Stadium to play. So our players yesterday, they felt so stranded. But we'll bring you all of that. But quickly, if you did miss that game that was played on Friday, let's bring you some of the highlights of that very match where Fisayo Dele Bashiru will bring you the second clip about that very one. But we'll come back to the said story. Don't worry. We'll tell you, yes, we know our players are stranded. They were stranded yesterday, and it's so bad to share to you. But let's quickly go where that game, the next one, Super Eagles of Nigeria on Friday evening secured a crucial 1-0 victory over Libya in the AFCON qualifiers, thanks to late strike from substitute Fisayo Dele Bashiru. Let's bring you the highlight of that very clip. Let's go up from this very one. We'll bring you this one again, just as the show on goes on and on and on. So let's bring you that highlight of that game that was played for Friday in a dramatic game in Uyo, Akwa Ibom State capital, you could say. Dele Bashiru stole the spotlight, delivering a late game winner that gave Nigeria a hard-fought victory in that very game. The midfielder, brought on as a substitute, made an instant impact on the 87th minute to credit and give this game a very, very nice score line with a deadlock after a tense KG affair. We could take it on, just take it on, go up of that. Now the Eagles will play the return match away in Libya tomorrow, October 15, and then we know that we struggle to find the rhythm throughout that very match, facing a stubborn Libyan side. They were so stubborn, their defense was so strong that absorbed waves of Nigerian pressure. Moving on, with time running out and frustration mounting, Nigeria launched a rapid counter-attack that saw the German-born player finish with precision, calmly slotting home to send the Uyo crowd into frenzy. The win boosts Nigeria qualification hopes, and the on-loan Lazio midfielder late heroic highlight the growing importance of the squad. Now, moving on to that very game, I must tell you, Libya, to the credit, put up a vigilant fight. But Nigeria, persistent, paid off in the dying moment. The victory keeps the Super Eagles firmly on course for a spot in the AFCON 2025, with the 23-year-old emerging as the knight for Fisayo Dele Bashiru. Earlier in the 70th minute, Samuel Chukwueze missed a one-on-one, that could have put the Nigeria side ahead. Then as well, we saw Ademola Lookman throughout that very match. He had doubled. He should have scored the very goal. Of course, he did score. But then it was disallowed. It was ruled out for offside. Was that really a clear offside for you? People have been asking questions about that. Now, also, Nigeria leads the Group D table with 7 points. Follow closely by Rwanda, who have gained 6 points from 3 games, and then we'll see how it goes, while Libya sits at the bottom with 1 point. In the AFCON quest, Benin Republic also beat Rwanda 3-0 on Friday evening. The Super Eagles relied on Victor Boniface, Ademola Lookman, Moses Simon in their attacking against Libya, following the injury of that very man, Victor Osimhen. And then Lookman and Boniface featured prominently in the Eagles' last 2 matches against Benin Republic in Uyo and also against Rwanda in Kigali. Now, the good news we saw was that we won that very game. But Simon, who came off the bench in both matches, started in place of Samuel Chukwueze at this time. Stanley Nwabali continued as the goalkeeper with Ola Aina, William Troost Ekong, Bruno Yemeche, Calvin Bassey forming the defensive line. In midfield, Coach Augustine Iguavon opted for the Wilfred Ndidi style, Frank Onyeka, Alex Iwobi to anchor the midfield for the three-time African champion. You can see the highlight of that very game. I've never seen a game all my life like this. I've never seen, I must say. I've never seen, I must say. Now, I must tell you this again. This side yesterday said something that we are going to have it very strong come tomorrow. Now, if you watch this game very well, vividly well, you can see that our Ballon d'Or nominee, Ademola Lookman, was struggling. Do you know why? These guys were just so much at the back. I don't understand what style of football is this. You might say they pass to the balls, but it's a strategy. I told you before now that they are coming with this way, and they would just not want to lose that very game. The goalkeeper was just wasting so much time. You can see, anytime he gets on the ball, he will have to fall like a baby, and then they were just so much. Sally was in the midfield. They were blocking every of the Super Eagles player. We pushed them to the very edge, but that goal still did not come. And then you ask questions, how is Al Hadri doing this? He manned the back. The back line was so strong. They were just wasting so much time. So they wanted to get a draw. Now, do you know something about this side? They knew what they want to do with the ball. But then it's not a going forward game for them. They just wanted to get that draw. And they almost picked it up. But I must give credit to who it's due, the interim coach, Augustine Iguavon, for that very game. Now, let's also let you know that that game will be coming up tomorrow. But welcome to the Sports Republic show. It's indeed a great feeling to have you join us this beautiful Monday morning, depending on where you're watching from, on Voice of People TV. I'm your host. My name is Kizike. Now, let's go down to the open confession talk. We'll bring you this very one about Augustine Iguavon. What he said about that match. The Super Eagles head coach, Augustine Iguavon, has described the one goal, that goal that we scored against the Mediterranean Knights of Libya in the AFCON qualifier, as a huge relief for him and his players. Iguavon, who was also he was so excited during the post-match briefing at the Gosola Private International Stadium in New York on Friday. He said he expected his players to come out in that very game with a good scoreline. He said we should have scored more goals. The Super Eagles played a goalless with the Mediterranean Knights in the first 45 minutes. And up until Dele Fisayo Bashiro came in to rescue us in that very game, 87 minutes. Now, Iguavon is one man we should be talking about. To bring you that very one, hopefully you hear him talk. Just stay with us. Now, he, however, thanked God. You know what it takes to win that very game? He thanked God for the victory, which gave the team the maximum point, giving the Super Eagles 7 points and standing tall in the Group D. He acknowledged that the Nigerian Super Eagles player played very well, but for the Mediterranean Knights tactics, they would have scored more goals, if not for that style. Now, let me quote the Gaffer you can have on your screen, Terry Man, who bring you to you. You hear him talk. He said, emotions were high, and when the goal came, it was a huge relief. Actually, we should have scored more goals, but the tactics they have deployed, or that they deployed, was a very compacted one, as they defended in numbers with the ball, and then all in their areas. We were a bit slow in the first half, but the boys picked up in the second half, and the ball circulated very well, and we became more faster as instructed. So he said, it's a strategy that we wanted to use. Now, the last 25 minutes, he said, was better. Iguavon also promised to re-strategize and put a more formidable team in their return match in Libya on Tuesday. They won't go return the match. They mean, this way they don't do also. I'll talk about it. Super Eagles team captain Ekong assured the Uyo fans that the team will play in the AFCON 2025, come Morocco, Marrakesh, and then in Uyo, they will be more clinical. We'll bring you this again from the top. Let's go with this top. We'll bring you the clip about this very one. We'll get it full so you can hear from the Super Eagles coach. You could call him and tell him his name is Augustine Iguavon. Just enjoy this clip. I'll be back shortly to give you more update about what happened to our players and how they were frustrated. And tell you something that happened as well. The gunman, what happened. Enjoy this clip about Iguavon and the team. What he said about Ekong as well.
4 draws. So,
fair enough.
How do you evaluate this game?
It's a huge relief for me and the boys, obviously. 3 points was important to get. We got it. I expected us to score more goals, but for some reason we didn't find the back of the net early enough because of the tactics the Libyans deployed. But overall, we're very happy. 3 points, very important. We still maintain the first position in the log. Congratulations to you all.
Thank you. Front. Quickly go straight to the coach. Your opponent has had 2 shots today, both off target, one in the first and one in the second, and getting sideways another 2 chances. How did it feel going through towards the end of the game and not scoring that goal?
I was feeling bad, but again, I was also happy that the boys were on top of the game, especially second half. And towards the last 20 minutes of the game, they kept pushing, possessing the ball very well, but mindful of the rear as well, because the Libyans, they had a clear strategy the way they wanted to play. So try to get the ball and then go forward as quickly as possible. Both emotions were high. When the goal came, it was a huge relief. I thought we could have scored more, but the tactics that they deployed, I don't want to use the word pack the bus, like many coaches to say, but they defended in numbers in front of their goal.
Thank you. Modo, then we go to Fisco.
Modo Muslim Media. Coach, congrats on the win. And a lot of key observers observed that we played this game at times very pedestrian, lacking the pressure in forward positions. This is something that can be addressed ahead of the return leg in the
We were a bit slow in the first half. You can attest to that. I just said that, when I was answering the question before yours now. Second half, we picked up. The ball circulation become a bit faster, because that was the instruction. Because if you're attacking from one side and it's closed, when you now make changes to go to the other direction, it starts to be a bit quick, and that's what they did in the last 25 minutes.
Fisco.
Coach, congrats. My name is Saga. Before the game, or perhaps when we saw the lineup, it seemed to take a lot of Nigerians by surprise, because after the field experiment, after the half, we went back to the back three formation, and today you went to the 4-2-3-1. Did you have this premonition that the Libyans will come to pack the bus like you put it, or was it you trying another formation that will accommodate more attack-minded players?
Yes, because last 2 games we will see when we play back 3 and then 4 across the midfield. We always lose numbers in the middle of the field, because one midfielder goes high up and you have only Ndidi or Onyeka there. So there was a lot of space behind us. So with the back 4, we have more numbers in the midfield so we can possess the ball. That was the game plan.
Janet, as you say, I represent Big Man. Coach, congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
Dele Bashiru has been consistent for the Super Eagles. Do you think he has done enough to start the return leg?
I don't know who's going to start the return leg. Well, first of all, we have to see how they react to the physios medical team today. Everybody in that team, the 23, are capable of starting.
Congrats on the win, Coach. My name is
Thank you,
Casey
sir.
Abaq of Brilliant Media. Coach, I noticed that the Libyan goalkeeper went down a lot of times, and it's what is described in modern football as dark arts. Did you think that the Libyans were trying to use the delaying tactics to get the game off the line?
I should think so, because we have a timekeeper also, in the name of Thomas and Bobo.
Because see that game, I knew it was going to go that very way. But away from what the manager is saying, you could call him the coach for now. He's interim. But let me tell you something. Tomorrow will be very big. Tomorrow will be very big. You might not understand how big tomorrow will be. I know the Northern African side well. I know them to a fall, like I know them very well. Now, if you've been to Istanbul to play a game, you understand what I mean. You don't go to Turkey to get results. Turkey, it's a very big place. It's going to be very massive. Now, tomorrow, do you know the scary part about every of this thing that I'm saying now? The next Nations Cup 2025 will be played in Morocco. That's the North African side. I'm not saying it will not be a good tournament. I'm not saying it would go wrong. Don't get us wrong. But I'm only saying if this kind of a thing, so shameful, can happen yesterday, what are we going to be expecting come Morocco? It will be very big. Now, the game tomorrow now, we are going to play against, I'm just trying not to say so much about this, but the Super Eagles players need to understand that it will be a very big game. Before we talk about that happened yesterday, the frustration, the stranded part, and then our own Ramadan nominees, that's a mix. I'll tell you what the Libya people are trying to do. But let's get to this one again. Super Eagles fly off to Benin for Libya clash. This is how it started as of yesterday. Now, the Super Eagles flew out to Libya on Sunday morning for the AFCON qualifying game. It's a match day for encounter against the Mediterranean Knights of Libya. The team shut out fight hard that the flight had to stop over in Kano before proceeding to Benghazi. Now, the Super Eagles were previously scheduled to travel to Tripoli and then make a 2-hour trip by road. Now, that one had a fear to Benghazi. Now, the plan was, however, later jet slings to avoid stress for the players and officials. Libya will host the Super Eagles at the 10,000 capacity stadium in Benin on Tuesday. The ground is 10 kilometers from Benghazi. The encounter will kick off 8 p.m. Nigerian time. Now, you're going to play a game. These guys, you can see your picture, you can see your screen. They were so frustrated. See, not just about being frustrated, they were tired. They were so, let's even get the clip so you see. I saw the part where the officials, the Libyans, were on the nose mask, and I was asking questions, what is this about? How do you treat people like this? These are humans. I know it's a payback. I know it was a revenge. But how do you divert a flight? Do you understand? You don't see, it can't be like saying, no, football, they play again. How do you do, how do you switch? Okay, let's talk about the revenge part now. Let's talk about the revenge part, why I say it's a revenge. Libyan authorities hold Super Eagles hostage at airport. So it's not like it was a mistake. This was planned. It's planned. I can tell you. Super Eagles team media, or Super Eagles media team on Sunday night confirmed that the players and officials of Super Eagles, talk about Nigerian senior men national team, were held to hostage by Libyan authorities upon their arrival at Abaq airport in Abaq. Now, in a video posted by the Eagles media team, you can see for yourself, the players and officials, along with their luggages, were left stranded at the airport with the Libyan airport official indifferent to their plight and conversing in Arabic. What do you want here for inside? Tanimu said, what Tanimu they do? See Tanimu, you see him. Tanimu go to show them peace. See what Tanimu they do? It was that so bad. They never knew it was going to get this long. Now, these are boys that will have to go and play a game tomorrow. Do you know about the trip? Do you know about the fatigue? Do you know how many hours it would take for them to get to Benin Stadium? And guess what? They are going by road. Not just about road this time around. The security measures of that road is not safe. Now, so I was also thinking, it was on me reiterating, saying maybe FIFA should get involved. I say no, FIFA cannot come into this now. FIFA should wait. There is the body governing the game, it's CAF. What is CAF doing about this? What will CAF do about this? I was waiting. But I also understand that the captain of the Libyan side came out to say it in public. He said it in public and was later translated in Arabic, and he said, we are not treated right. We were not treated right in Nigeria. That it wasn't our fault. It wasn't the Nigerian media fault. It wasn't Nigerian, the quote. It wasn't our fault that they, goodness me, they had to fly. So the instruction was come down to Uyo quickly. Private jets, they came with private jets. But the story was different because they had to go via their private jet to Port Harcourt. So if you're stopping in Port Harcourt, and do you know what? We gave them securities as well. We gave them securities to also guide them. So it wasn't our fault. They had to put a call through 3 hours before time. That they are 3 hours before arrival, that they are already closed. I mean, coming to Nigeria. Where they can't go enter, they're supposed to come with you direct. They go to comfort. They go to enter Port Harcourt. So how is this a fault of the country? Now, they started saying that they were not treated right, blah, 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 blah. Okay, we know. Nobody's talking about the strategic plan that they wanted to get. No, away from that. Now, Libyan authorities now held our own players and official hostage at Abaq airport in Abaq. And then, I don't know. The game tomorrow will be very strong. It's going to be so intense. Tomorrow I'll come to the studio with my jersey, yeah. But we didn't make any difference. We are the better side. We are good. But guess what? They can also play. If you watch them really well on Friday, whenever they are with the ball, they know what to do with the ball. But the plan from Al-Hadri is no going forward. We die here. And then I'll bring you the story where Onyemechi Bruno has come to say that this, he was joking actually, this Libya people should be given an award for wasting time. I've never seen a game like this in this recent time. I think the last I saw a game like that was Mourinho, Chelsea, Barcelona. I can't recall the year, but Chelsea were just packing the balls. Iguava said they tried to repair time. Iguava they talk say, I don't want to say they were packing the balls, talking about CB bros. They were packing the balls. They don't want us to score. They don't want to score. So they wanted that 1 point. It was the plan. If you go back to our shows via YouTube, just go back like a throwback, you will see. I've been saying it. Al-Hadri said it. We are playing against a bigger side. Nigeria is big. They're strong passers. So let's get this 1 point. Just this 1 point will be okay. And it was like a vital one. But then, Igama said the word, we thank God. We thank God, they'll say we get that, we get that 1 point, 3 points in that very game. But let's talk about something that happened in the course of that very game. That game has brought a lot of bad things. I don't know how to say this, but we are supposed to be celebrating it. But let's talk about this one. This one is about death, and it doesn't sound good to share, but we must bring it to you. It's a Nigerian football tragedy. Gunmen killed 3 Super Sport staff at Anambra State after Super Eagles match, and it did not happen in Uyo. No fewer than 3 staff of Super Sport, talk about South African sport television firm Super Sport, have been confirmed dead after gunmen attacked their convoy in Anambra State. The victims were part of a Super Sport crew traveling to Uyo, Akwa Ibom, to broadcast the 2025 Africa Cup of Nations AFCON qualifying match between Nigeria and Libya, a game that Nigeria later won. We should have been celebrating the scoreline. But death of 3 crew members, this is the bad thing about the story. And it's so bad that I'm feeling so bad to talk about this. I'm just going to try not to be emotional on the show so I don't get to cry, just maybe. Now, death of 3 crew members was confirmed on Saturday by the Nigerian Football Federation, NFF, while commiserating with families of the 3 deceased media persons. They were said to have been ambushed along Ihiala Olu Road on Tuesday while traveling from Lagos to Uyo, the Akwa Ibom state capital. It still boils down to that part, they say insecurity. You know, if we talk this, we go, say we just carry the talk. Insecurity is everywhere. See, I don't know. I don't even understand it. See, it was not missing a fight. Now, boy, they won't go, now, marshal. Now, the suspected bandits were said to have opened fire. Why? On the bus carrying the crew members and security personnel, resulting in the death of the cameraman. How? See, we don't win Libya. We know we do like this, so. He says, see our coach, when our coach is talking, they do like this. You see, our coach is talking, they do like this. Because we suffered in that very game. To get that result, we strived so hard. But now, aside that, while we should be celebrating, we are mourning. And now, Libya, people come, they do us this one way, they do us so for years, so. For Libya, I will still talk about that. I mean, I know say that in the pay me well. But back to the story now. The suspected bandits were said to have opened fire. Why? On the bus carrying the crew members and security personnel. And that resulted in the death of the cameraman, the police officer, and the bus driver. It was also gathered that 14 persons in the vehicle at that time of the ambush. 8 were rescued, 2 escaped, 3 were killed, and 1 unaccounted for. At this point, we don't even know the story whether one day now. Now, the NFL president, Musa Kusau, I've been talking about him since, but as at yesterday, I was watching one of the shows via YouTube. Some of the YouTubers, posted online. I was just going through a lot of people talking, and then someone said, if our NFL president, Musa Kusau, no one do anything for this one, he must walk. Because as at yesterday, when I heard it, I saw the footage out there that our players were stranded. And I thought to myself, this is Nigeria now. People would say, I pledge to Nigeria, my country, to be faithful and honest. You see that we don't have Libya, we don't have ambassadors in Libya that could actually come to the rescue of these players. But that aside, now, the NFL president, Musa Kusau, prayed for safe return of 1 person still unaccounted for. Kusau further praised Super Sports' professionalism and dedication to Nigerian football, acknowledging their role in spreading joy through the sport. Now, can I tell you this? Let me quote him and let me go with the statement. This happened as at yesterday, I must tell you. He said, yes, we won the match against Libya and took 3 points. But the fact that 3 lives were lost created a situation in which we were unable to celebrate properly. And it's true. And he went as far as saying, it hurts seriously to even think back at the unfortunate incident. Nigeria football had a long and fruitful relationship with Super Sports. I know them. We respect them. We like them. Now, the organization has been a strong ally in helping to fulfill the objective of the NFF in spreading joy to Nigerians throughout this game of football. And that's how big you can say it is. It's a bad news. And he said, we share in the pain and sorrow at this period. Our prayers is that the Almighty will comfort the SuperSport family and the families of the deceased and also grant the deceased eternal rest. At the time, he said, at the same time, we pray for the safe return of the one person still unaccounted for so that he will happily link up with his family and return to his job in good health. We also thank the security forces immensely for their efforts since this incident started. Now, do you know the scary part of this story as at yesterday? Bring it to me. SuperSport, however, were yet to release a statement regarding the slain crew members. SuperSport is a prominent international South African-based sport broadcaster with a rich history of international operations. It's a place that was launched in 1988 in South Africa. The platform, it's big. They broadcast a wide array of major sporting events and leagues, including association with football, rugby, cricket, tennis, golf, motorsport, cycling, boxing, wrestling, field hockey, and then athletic and so on. You can keep mentioning them. But I bring it back to the talk. See, you see this too with the talk. How we shouldn't be saying this. We shouldn't be saying this. From match celebration to mourning, how? So I don't even know if all of this thing going on will be, it's just like what we are yet to see ahead of time come tomorrow. I don't even know. How can we be talking about death? How can we be mourning now? Now, this brand I'm talking about is not even a Nigerian brand, though. You know SuperSports now. You don't know them. They're big now. You don't know them. It's not about the advert. It's not about the hype. But it's about what will be said about Nigeria at the end of the day. A sport crew that went to see a game. Waiting the Maguire. What again should be done? Insecurity. We say we want our league to be better. Our league with this. This same road is the road our MPFL players always go through every week in, week out. Aside the individual, aside the club side, just few of them that are individually owned. The rest of them are owned by government. And they travel. If I want to go play match with Niger Tornado now, and they play for Heartland, we go by land. Insecurity. And now it happens to be that people have died on this issue. When we should be celebrating, I think it's a question to say. I feel like the president needs to come on these two as well. I'm so sorry to say, but that's what I feel. It's not just about the NFF now. It's insecurity about the country. Not be saying that we now where people come inside, now they can't affect them like this. So how do you begin to say, when you begin to think about, you say Nigerian football, we want to be out there. How do we go from here? Which way Nigeria? It's a problem. It's a big talk. Insecurity. It happens. The other time, okay, what about the other one that happened about Heartland, Crystal B? We know the accident. It's not the first time. It's not the second time. Do we have the roads? I'm not talking about that now. But the insecurity in the land is big. What they concern, and even the verse when I go see, thank God say our league don't even better sport, because that's why the verse, I go to watch Nigerian match. I go to see policeman carry gun. He goes, why ammunition in the field for pitch? They're not the sales one for Europe now. It's not even right. Now we are now mourning. Now one person now, they never see that one now. 8 rescue, thank God. But must people die because of we are playing football? This Libyan match don't go cost money. This will not be Libya problem. This one a Nigerian matter. Now this one is Nigerian matter. Insecurity in the land. You where they talk for studio yourself. You know whether you save. God go help us. Now only God, not God. I tell you. You don't know whether you now God will help. See, for you to come out, man, they talk about. See, God will help Nigeria. You know, they say Nigeria pray well. We pray. We pray. We pray. But you know, prayer without work, not they do like that. So no matter if like maybe pray for money tonight. People will say they guide us, they're not doing well. Now so we also be. But did they feel the pain of the people? What are we going to be talked about on the outside? African Nations Cup. Even for I've not heard it before. There's a game going on in what do you call them? In Ghana or Namibia. AFCON qualifier. This over the year now stadium not good. They change them. Not be say they go see person die. They go open fire. Now what did they ask? Now Nigeria. Now which can even Nigeria they shoot for both they open fire. All right, God help Nigeria. But also, let me quickly take out this time to say a very big thank you to also you are staying with us. But pray for Nigeria players tomorrow. You need to pray for Nigeria players tomorrow. That game not go easy, I dey tell you. If ball go throwing, we never know as it go be. You know, the scary part of this thing, I must tell you. the Northern African side will be hosting the Nations Cup come 2025. All these teams they play, with the qualify, with the host, they struggle. If we play finish, we will go Northern African side. I'm not saying the tournament will not go well. Please don't get me wrong. Don't get VOP, Voice of TV. Don't get us wrong. I'm not saying it will not be a good tournament. But if Libya people feel do this kind of thing where they do us, because not be our fault. Now they go pure. See, I don't care about what you make about the story. It's a payback. It's a revenge. The guy talking, he said, we are not treated well. He was saying it out. It was translated. Now we can't say we don't enter Libya. I will still go. You don't say that they dive. Now, only you both and they see that thing that time. They divert plane. Plane maybe say suppose they go this side, they go divert and here. Now, it will take 2 hours to get to the stadium. Do you know what? They will not be going by plane, no. Now, transport, now road. And according to say, according to the report, say that road not too clear. It's a question. Which way Nigeria? But let's leave that one and let you know more stories quickly because of time. We need to go on this part. Now, let's talk about critics. Pundit reaction of Boniface. A lot of people are saying, should Boniface start tomorrow? Should he start? He's not good. He did this. A whole lot of talk. But Victor Osimhen has come to say something. I love the picture. I could get that on the screen. Victor Osimhen said something about this, about Boniface. And I love the support from Osimhen. It was so nice. But let me give you this one now about pundits. Osimhen does not only score goals, but he leads the rest from front in terms of pressing and intensity, citing the fact that these are qualities Victor Boniface lacks. Not me the talker, now pundit like me the talker. Now, he has started 3 AFCON qualifying match for the Super Eagles so far. The Bayer Leverkusen man has failed to score a single goal. He they pay me, say Boniface never scored, he pay me. Now, another argued that the forward is not being used correctly. He said, I think he's not being profiled right. Boniface is a brilliant player, but he's not Osimhen, and he needs to be factored into the game, and he must be on the plan. And if he starts up there, we need to find a way to make sure that pass and those passes are coming. Now, another one went as far as saying, this brings the issue of a Guavon tactical football approach. I think I'll beg you now. I beg, eh? When I never talk about a Guavon, when I leave a Guavon for this one. Let's not talk about, see, Boniface, if I'm giving the time here on TV, I'll analyze Boniface's style of play very well. The passes might not really be coming. He's yet to understand. I think it's about the midfield. Now, truth be told, some of the Guavon's ideas, tactical setup, and in game management has left a lot to be desired. Yes, against Libya, we are just up against a planned defensive team. Nobody will not struggle for that match. Nobody. Ooh, call them now. It's now Boniface is struggle. Look, maybe our best player is struggle. You don't see how they take goal line like 5. I don't know EJO. They go line like 5 defense. They believe the 5. They can't go carry on more. They don't even want to play ball. Now another lastly said the Guavon needs to sort the midfield out. The throw was not working well according to them. They said it will be Onyeka and Didi because it's not looking like the answer. One contact say, I honestly, in my opinion, will say they need to make a decision whether to trust him, Boniface, with the job full-time or appoint someone else because the team needs to find some balance and better understanding going into the game tomorrow. So I'm asking you this question. I want to ask you, do you think it will be right for Boniface to start tomorrow? He has been given all the time the chance of space. But I know he's a good player. You know now. We don't watch out for Leverkusen. Now we are waiting and wanting him. 80 Mason is talking about him. Everybody's talking about Boniface. We are wanting him to do what? Replicate those style of play that he plays away from home. Bring it back to Nigeria and give us the result. Now, what about a Guavon? He has revealed Victor Boniface's major problem. Let's talk about it now. Super Eagles coach Augustine Guavon has stated that Victor Boniface will start scoring goals for Nigeria when he begins to get his shots off quickly. If we had bring you that footage, that video to the end, you would have heard him say that. Leverkusen star Boniface led the line against Libya at the Gospel Aquabio Stadium in the African Quest on Friday. But Guavon opted for the 23-year-old due to his fine form at club level and Victor Osimhen's absence. However, Boniface failed to score. The Bayer Leverkusen forward had a few occasions where he could have shot the ball, but he decided to dribble, get a good look at goal. Unfortunately for him, he was often closed down before he could carry out his plans. Due to his low goal returns for Nigeria, his ability to lead the Eagles in line again has been questioned on different occasions. Coach Guavon has always backed him. Following Boniface's appointing show on Friday. Now let me talk about Guavon, what he said about Boniface after that Libya game. He said, Boniface is very good. He's a good striker, a clinical finisher, but he has struggled in national colors. Iguamo said after the Libya showdown. He said this, sometimes these chances don't come. I remember it happened in Rwanda just like today. When you get that chances, when you get those chances, when you get half chances, players like Romario would poke the ball. But Boniface likes to dress and dress and dress, and then the defender recovers. And he said, I will talk to Boniface. You already know Boniface is a modern-day striker. You already know he's got a good tally, 98 goals involvement, 67 goals, 31 assists in 160 games as a professional. But on the flip side, the 23-year-old fire blanks in his first 8 appearances for the Super Eagles. What's the support? Now let's talk about Osimhen. I wish I could get that Osimhen write-up. He posted on Instagram. I did see that. It's a picture of Osimhen. He posted something like, that's the support. I love to say this. Do you see that? He said, no shaking, my guy. He go come. And when he finally come, he no go stop. I love this one. I love to see this. Victor Osimhen has strong support behind Victor Boniface, who continues to struggle to find the back of the net for Nigeria. You know, Boniface fire blank, he's yet to score, and then Osimhen has given him all of the support. This is what he needs. But the question now is, should he continue playing more games? Should we continue having Boniface, do the job? Okay, that's the question. Okay, I see this message on YouTube. You could drop a comment as well. This one says, this prayer is a powerful prayer. May Nigeria never happen to you. Bring it to me, bring it to me, bring it to me. Come to me. I'm saying this via the mobile. YouTube Live, I'm saying this. Someone just posted this saying, this prayer is a powerful prayer. I presume he's talking about the Gusau prayer. He said, may Nigeria never happen to you. People don't realize how deep this prayer is. Nigeria happened to these super sports stars. Okay. He said his name is Dare to Dream 22. I see you. Thank you so much for that comment. Keep them coming as well. Hopefully for tomorrow we'll bring them. What do you mean by Nigeria never happened to you? I don't understand them. What do you mean? What do you mean? I don't understand what you're saying. I'm so sorry. May Nigeria never happen to you. Nigeria, I don't, what do you make you talk? Why? Dare to dream, I want to get a reply from you. Now, let's talk about this one again. Fisayo Dele Bashiru, grateful for surprise call-up before Brother Tom. Let's go with the next one quickly. Maybe not into much detail, but then Fisayo Dele Bashiru is very happy. In an interview with Football Pundit, Dele Bashiru shared his emotions about the opportunity to play for the national team. He said, I was surprised to get this chance at this stage of my career, but I'm really grateful for it. I don't take it for granted. He also mentioned his brother Tom Dele Bashiru, who plays for Watford in the English Championship, and how they support each other. He said, Tom is doing very well, and I didn't expect to get a call-up before him. We joke about it, and I want to make him proud, just as he makes our family proud. Dele Bashiru has made a strong start with the national team, scoring 2 goals and providing an assist in just 2 appearances. The midfielder will end, just maybe might get a start tomorrow. I don't know. Iguawa is the man to say, will he start or not? But I don't think I can go on and on to give you more of this update. But let's just do with top stories while I leave the show. Iguawa hints Dele Bashiru in contention to start against Libya. Just maybe you might see him start tomorrow. He said he may start the return leg, but first, we need to see how they react to the physio and medical team. Everybody in the team, the 23 players are capable of starting. He said a win will be good. But let me tell you as well that a win in the return fixture tomorrow will qualify Nigeria for that game in Morocco. I beg, Libya people, make I beg you. If not give me a chance, I think I beg you. I beg. May I treat us well. We'll be our brother and I'll not be Africa again. Not Africa will be now. But Nigeria people, myself not too good. May I talk this one, may I come out. May I wait for me last one. Super Eagles star. When they call Bruno Yemechi, come go the tech calf. Now joke in there. In the tech calf say, Libya people, say when they give the award for time wasting. You know, so when you win match, they'll give you award, they go do like this, you go snap picture, go fine. He said, when they give Libya award, this will waste time. Libya, maybe best no go defend you like Libya. I need to go now. I don't think I can do more on the show. Tomorrow will be another time again. Before the game, don't miss that game. It will be 8 p.m. Nigerian time. I wish the Super Eagles all of the support. Tomorrow, I won't forget, I'll come with my jersey. We'll go fling our jersey normal. Tomorrow, we must get that result. 8 p.m., we'll go win Libya. They can't back away, we'll knock them. Terrorists have never seen them. Thank you so much. I need to go now. It's up to me to go. But a big thanks to you also watching, being part of the show. Tomorrow, 11 a.m. Nigerian time, I'll bring you more updates about our player. But I'm very sure they are safe. Else, we don't hear another matter. Also, for you out there, thank you so much for the job. Good one, I can see. Oh, one is saying, big shame to African soccer. Glory United. We know all these things, yeah. Thank you so much to everyone behind the scene for making the show look very good. I remain your host. My name is Kizike. I am the only football player without a jersey. But tomorrow, I'll carry jersey come. I'll go see you now. 11 a.m. Nigerian time.